Hey there guys, what's up? Welcome back to Pokémon Showdown. I am returning with live battles and I am Ragtter. I completely flubbed that up. I'm sorry. It's my first time doing live battles in a while and I'm pretty excited. I'm testing out a new VGC team. This is in its rough stages. I'm using really generic sets. I'm just trying to get a feel for some Pokemon that I'm pretty familiar with as a whole, putting them together as 6, and we're gonna see how it works out. So, my first battle is against Grandma's Boy, and actually while I was testing the scene I saw this guy battle. I know he relies on that Charizard Y. He led with Weavile and Gastrodon before. I don't really have a good answer for the Gastrodon actually. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to lead with my Milotic, because my Milotic will eat up that Landorus Therian's Intimidate. And what else do I want to lead with? The Weavile's pretty threatening, and it makes me not want to bring Zapdos or Hydreigon. Neither of which really do much in this battle anyway. I think I'll also lead off with Clefable. I'll bring Metagross in the back line. Charizard Y I need an answer for. I mean, I guess I could use Milotic. But Terrakion would be pretty good too. Terrakion doesn't really fear much of the rest of his team except for that Venusaur. But I think I'm gonna... I'll bring Terrakion and we'll see how it goes, win or lose. So, Grandma's Boy leads off with Venusaur and Thundurus, obviously expecting my Milotic lead, but I've got Clefable over here. Now, this is probably not a Mega Evolving Venusaur, and if it is, I'll honestly be really surprised. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for the Icy Wind and nail them both, and I'm going to go for the Follow Me with Clefable to draw in both of their attacks. So Clefable gets off its Follow Me. Thundurus does go for the taunt. That's going to stop me from hurting him in the future, and he goes right for the Sludge Bomb, shows his Life Orb, and I'm able to get off an Icy Wind, lowering Venusaur's speed, and then lowering Thundurus' speed. So that was not the best, but it was also not the worst turn. That could have gone a lot worse. I'm going to go into Metagross now, and I would really like to stop that Thundurus from having its fun. So I'm going to go for the Ice Beam onto it, and I'm going to go for the Protect with my Metagross. And I think he's got my number here. This is a series I'm going to do win-lose, because I want to show the development of different teams, and ultimately how you adjust to losing in the VGCs, or winning. Winning with a team can often influence how you think with it as well, so it's definitely something you have to consider. Now he knows that I'm not going to be able to stop him with my Milotic. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to switch into Terrakion actually. He's probably expecting... I'm going to Zen Headbutt the Venusaur, and we'll see how that gets off. I'm expecting the taunt, but I'm also expecting the Thunder Wave. So I'm going to go into Terrakion. He protects with the Mega Venusaur. That's not too surprising. He does go for the taunt onto Metagross. The Zen Headbutt's going to connect to no avail. So now with Terrakion, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Rock Slide. No, wait. I could taunt Thundurus. I think I'm going to do that actually. I'm going to taunt the Thundurus. Because I've got the Lumberry, so I'm not really too afraid of it. And I'm going to Zen Headbutt Venusaur. Goes for the Protect onto Thundurus. Zen Headbutt connects, takes Venusaur out. Going for the taunt onto Thundurus. He knows that's going to be coming now. So that's not too great. And if he brings out the Charizard, then I've definitely lost. No, he brings out Weavile instead, which is just as bad. But it could be worse. I'm going to go for the Rock Slide with Terrakion. I still can't protect with Metagross. I'm actually going to switch into Milotic, basically to sacrifice it, and if I can't sacrifice it, then it's basically going to sit out here and take up space for the Weavile. It's dead weight that that Thundurus and Weavile are going to have to get rid of. Milotic comes out. My knockoff... Oh, did he predict that switch? Or was he just going for his only stab move? Well, the Rock Slide's going to miss on Thundurus, It's going to bring Weavile down to critical levels, and now I can bring Metagross back out. So I'm going to protect with Terrakion, and I'm going to Zen Headbutt Thundurus, actually. And my purpose for that is that the Thundurus has done enough, basically. So he's going to switch out of Weavile and go into Charizard. He was probably expecting me to Iron Head the Weavile. Goes for the taunt onto my Metagross again, but I am going to get the Zen Headbutt off, and that's going to be the end of Thundurus. So now I know his last Pokemon has to be the Weavile, and he might have checkmated me here, but honestly this was a pretty good battle, so I'm not too upset about that. I'm going to Rock Slide both of these Pokemon, and I'll just go for the Zen Headbutt onto Charizard, and pray, basically. That's all I really can do. I kind of backed myself into a corner on this one. This team, I'm seeing its weaknesses now, and I definitely have a solid weakness to Sun teams, I would say. I probably need to bring a Weather Abuser of my own, just to have on the team to counteract Charizard, and its plethora of grass types that it can bring along. Mostly Venusaur, though. So he's going to go for the Fake Out onto Terrakion. My Zen Headbutt's actually going to connect onto Charizard, which I'm super happy about. I'm still probably going to lose. Terrakion gets knocked down super low, Metagross gets taken out. I'm going to call GG. GG and /forfeit, because I cannot win. And that's that game. So we'll close out of that one, and we'll jump into the next one. Game 1 was a loss. Let's see if we can bring it back with Game 2. I am aiming to do 2 episodes each with these, or two battles each with these episodes, so we'll have to see where that gets us. Now, my opponent's using a very unconventional team, new team VGC, but that doesn't convince me, and usually new teams can be pretty dangerous because people are still experimenting and they bring some tricky stuff. So what I think I'm going to do this time, I look at his team, and it screams hit with Zapdos. I also see some Clefable abuse I could get in, so I think I'll bring Clefable along too. I'll bring Metagross, obviously. And then in response to the rest of his Pokemon, aside from that Amoonguss, I don't really see an answer to Milotic, so I think I'm going to bring that as well. So Zapdos and Clefable both come out. I like to lead with 2 support Pokemon just to get my setups going. He leads with Machamp and Audino, and I don't think either of them can really do much. The Audino... Is he going to have a Mega Audino? That... I honestly don't see that much, even in the VGCs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Protect... Not the Protect, I'm going to go for the Follow Me on Clefable to draw any attacks in. Zapdos is going to get its Tailwind off. He's going to go for the Dynamic Punch onto Clefable, take some Rocky Helmet damage. Audino goes for the Trick Room. So not the best first turn, but it could be a lot worse. I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt onto Machamp, because he has no Pokemon aside from the Amoonguss that resist it, so I can go for that with a fair amount of impunity. And I'm going to Protect with my Clefable. I'm going to go for the Protect just to keep it from... There we go. Just to keep any stray damage from hitting it. He's going to go for the Heal Pulse to get Machamp back to full. Goes for the Dynamic Punch onto Zapdos. He's just spreading confusion at this point. But Thunderbolt is going to connect. And at this point, I think I can safely switch into my Metagross, which I'm going to do here. And I will go for the Follow Me onto Clefable to draw any damage away from Metagross. So Metagross comes out. Clefable gets the Follow Me off. The Heal Pulse actually hits Clefable, and he goes for the Ice Punch. So he was clearly looking to, and he has the Citrus Berry, so that's what that shows me. So he was clearly looking to take Zapdos out there. I'm going to Mega Evolve and go for the Protect. I'm trying to wait out this Trick Room, basically. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Icy Wind onto both of these Pokemon, so that when the Trick Room does run out, I will be able to get the speed advantage. So Metagross is going to Protect. The Heal Pulse is going to hit Machamp. Machamp is going to go for the Dynamic Punch, but I'm obviously protecting myself, but Clefable hits itself in confusion. My Tailwind peters out, and that could be a lot better. But I'm going to go for the Substitute. Yeah, I'll go for the Substitute on the Metagross, and I will follow me with Clefable. Substitute's going to block some of the incoming damage. Clefable's going to eat another attack, which it's completely capable of doing. I don't mind it taking hits at all. My Clefable is a champ. It snaps out of its confusion, gets the follow me off. Audino goes for the Wish, which you never, ever see in the VGC, so I'm honestly a little bit more than surprised to see that come around. Well, Metagross gets the Substitute off. The Twisted Dimensions return to normal. And I'm going to go for the Zen Headbutt onto Machamp. And I'm going to... I'm going to bring out Zapdos. And Zapdos is going to help me put some offensive pressure onto these opposing Pokemon. Now my Zen Headbutt's going to take out the Machamp. Although while you're running Greninja, I almost forgot what Greninja was. While you're running a Greninja in a Trick Room team is a bit beyond me. That's honestly a little confusing to me, actually. Unless the Greninja's there for when you don't want to run the Trick Room. That's an entirely real possibility. So I'm going... That Gardevoir is probably going to Protect and Mega Evolve. So there's no point in me trying to hit it. I'm instead going to go for the Iron Head onto Audino. And then I will double up into it with a Thunderbolt. And we'll have to see how that goes. Goes for the Encore onto my Metagross, actually, which is not bad. And the Shadow Ball is going to take out my Substitute. But my Zen Headbutt... Oh, sorry, it didn't lock me into Substitute. It locked me into Zen Headbutt. Which is not too bad, actually. I don't want to take a Shadow Ball. So I'm going to switch into Milotic. And then I'm going to Thunderbolt the Audino again. So Milotic's going to come out here, eat special attacks for days. The Mega Gardevoir gets healed completely. Goes for the Hyper Voice. That hurts Zapdos quite a bit, actually, but my Citrus Berry is going to keep me in the game. Thunderbolt's not going to KO, though. So I think what I'm going to have to do is go for the Scald onto the Audino and switch Zapdos into Clefable. Clefable! So Zapdos come back, Clefable come out, Audino goes for the Wish, I get the Scald off, so Audino is down for the count. And Milotic is eating up these nutritious and delicious Hyper Voices. Now I'm going to go back into Metagross, because I can protect this turn. He's got the Amoonguss. Okay, I have answers for this. I'm going to Ice Beam that Amoonguss, and I'm going to go for the Protect with my Gyarados, with my Metagross. So he goes right for the Spore. My Ice Beam's going to do a lot, but not quite enough. The Hyper Voice, sticking with the Hyper Voice. I'm a little confused by that. The Wish comes true, the Twisted Dimensions are going to return to normal. I'm going to go for the Ice Beam, and I'm going to double up into it with a Zen Headbutt. So he protects with the Mega Gardevoir, he's obviously pretty scared. My Zen Headbutt is going to take Amoonguss out of the game though. So that's 3 down to my 1 lost Clefable. It's all a 1 against the Gardevoir now. I'm going to Scald, I'm going to Iron Head, and we'll see where that gets us. Iron Head takes it, and that's game. GG. And that was 2 battles. I think I learned that my team is pretty effective against Trick Room teams, and less so effective against offensive pressure teams. So I'm going to think about what I learned from here, and I'll get back to you guys once I've tinkered with the team a little bit. I hope you enjoyed this session of live VGCs, and I will see you next time. Take care, and have a good one. Bye-bye!